Right, the only takeaway I have of the Christophers is the fact that I should have just gone and watched Mortal Kombat. Terrible fucking film, gee. Which really surprises me because Michaela Coel is... She's fantastic. If you can get to see the Channel 4 series Chewing Gum, she was brilliant in that. Absolutely brilliant. And there's an episode of Black Mirror that she's in, Nosedive, that she's equally as skilled in. She's great, very entertaining. Sir Ian McKellen is basically Sir Ian McKellen in this and everything else that he ever does. So, yeah, the Christophers, very loose story. Ian McKellen plays a very famous artist who has a collection of paintings up in his attic known as the Christophers. His children, played by James Corden, really doesn't add to the sort of miserable atmosphere throughout this film. James Corden and Jessica Gunning, both of them employ, I suppose, Michaela Coel's character to basically infiltrate their dad's house, get the paintings and forge them. Do you know what? I honestly, actually, to be honest, as basic and incredibly digestible as the story is, I'm not actually sure if that was the plot or not, because I was so uninterested in what was going on. It was terrible. So, I don't know. I haven't really got a lot else to say. If you're into art, if you're an artist yourself, you might just lap it up, all the strokes and brushes and watercolours and artistic conversation that's flying about. Yeah, nice. But otherwise, the basic set of this, it's all in central London, so there's touches of, fucking Holland Park, Goodge Street, that sort of thing. So it's very, very familiar to me. And Michaela Coel, though, she's... God, yeah, that was it for the set, really. Because the rest of it's... Yeah. Michaela and Ian, they're just sort of... he's always in the house. She's always, darting about the streets, making her way over there and stuff. It's like a... It's... Oh, my God, it was boring. So let me just touch upon that. So the whole... the set... It's so dreary and isolating that it doesn't it doesn't amplify the film in any positively. It's really quite it's just dull throughout. There's nothing to Ian McKellen's just constantly sitting about pulling wisecracks and sort of acid-tongued comments at Michaela's character. And as far as the forgery goes, I mean, it's not. There could have been more dynamics here, more of a twist, more sort of intriguing element threaded in. There really wasn't. Oh my God, it was rubbish, total rubbish. So, yeah. Now else. Let me just, a side note, because I'd rather talk about anything else than this. I wasn't actually planning on, because I need to do a food shop, so I came down to the White Rose, and I thought, I'll see a film as a bit of a time filler. This, I'd rather have watched, Devil Wears Prada 2 again. So, yeah. This was shocking. But Michaela Coel, she's, my God, her fucking cheekbones, eh? My God, that could cut glass. She's gorgeous, isn't she? But she's, you can tell she's good. She's gotten older, very mature. She's matured wonderfully. She's proper. She's such a strong, steadfast performer. I love her. However, in the Christophers, it got to the point where the action between her and Ian McKellen was so monotone. Their voices, the way they deliver the dialogue, such a level of flatness that I genuinely couldn't tell, if something had happened, but their relationship had progressed, or he drops a one-liner and suddenly she was just stood there just staring at him, expressionless, and then he's like, well, I told you this, however, now we're going to do this. And it was just so, God, it's so bland and flat that I genuinely, it was hard to tell if the dynamic between them had turned a corner, or if he had just dropped a bombshell, or she had just admitted to something, or there was no development whatsoever here. It was awful. So yes, Surrey McKellen might be a national treasure, but fucking hell, there was nothing there that was... It didn't give me anything. Michaela Cole, she is splendid. But again, if this was I swear, if this movie was if you can call it a movie, I mean, fucking hell, I'll probably be sort of like winding through the Netflix carousel in a few months and be like, no, absolutely fucking not. But yeah, if this was a competition between the two actors of like, you know, who can talk the most without actually meaning anything or delivering any impact throughout the film, then my God, I mean, they both took the prize home because, yeah, it was just, yeah, it's tedious. So, yeah, the story about the forgery, it didn't grip me at all. It could have been done completely differently. There was nothing to it. There were no parts where I was like, oh, brilliant, yeah, they're right, she's going to do that now. She's going to, like, dart across to the family, like, tell them that she's done this and done that. There was nothing to it. I really was the most unenjoyable piece of crap I've watched in years. So yeah, the story fell flat on its arse. The performances so dull and dark, almost depressing. It was like between him and her. It was really hard to remain even interested in what the overall film was about. You know, the picture it paints. Yeah, that was shocking, and legit. I would have rather have just like that. Actually, side note, let me just be spiteful for a sec. There was three singular people just then in an auditorium of 200 seats. Like the women down at the front, and then women at the front. There's three in total went to watch Christopher's, and it's actually only showing twice throughout the day. So this is a shit show, genuinely. Now that's what took me by surprise also, because the trailer is seriously misleading. There's some real funny one-liners in it that sort of build this to be a sort of almost kind of in some parts slapstick comedy. No way. Oh my God. I was more interested in getting the coconut out of my teeth during that, because I had a coconut and raspberry muffin from M&S. I'd rather speak about that, actually, if I'm honest. M&S muffin. You go to the bakery in M&S. Raspberry and coconut. Not decimated, what's it called? Something. Coconut. You know, where it's shredded. Oh, gosh, gorgeous. But yeah, I was more interested in getting that out of my gaps than what was going on in this film. So yeah. Not great. Like I say, central London setting, but it's very isolating because it's set all in his old sort of, 4-story house. It's creaky. It's like an art museum itself. Isolating set with a very, very boring, moany, creaky old man just pottering around, trying to cause offence to this young lass who's, trying to get one over. In the end, the relationship does develop between them, but I couldn't have been less interested. Seriously. That was terrible. Never again. So yeah, avoid this at all costs. I cannot believe I've made it this far in talking about this film. But it's shocking. James Corden and Jessica Gunning. That didn't wash well with me either. The fact that they're all they're sort of primarily sort of Londonites. They're all sort of, full-on British. Jessica Gunning, well, she's from up Nottingham or something. She's the only one with a northern accent. Oh, God, those little bits. I'm not talking decimated coconut between the cracks. It's little bits in a movie that really piss you off, that do not add to the already, blander than bland, story that you're trying desperately to get through on screen already. Yeah, that just added to the shitness. Oh my God. I'm so sorry that people have to hear this.